You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about the WNBA attendance, and we've also got a television rating for the game last week, Caitlin Clark against the NFL, and she still come up with a pretty damn impressive rating when you consider it was going against an NFL game that, of course, was very publicly in Brazil between two of the most popular teams in the NFL, the Philadelphia Eagles, and then, of course, the Green Bay Packers, which have a massive fan base. And we're going to get to the attendance because we've got the attendance in through September 8th. And, wow, there's something that I really noticed in this attendance. Well, it's my understanding that everybody has tuned in to the WNBA to see Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Oh, my God. Everybody is flooding arenas to see Angel Reese in the Chicago Sky. Unless they're not. And we've got the numbers to prove it. We've got how much the attendance has increased for the Chicago Sky and exactly how pathetic that looks next to Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever attendance. And, of course, we're talking about attendance across all games in all arenas. All right, so in other words, oh my God, Angel Reese is going to play the LA Sparks or whoever, Las Vegas Aces. Well, wait a minute now. I thought everybody was flooding in to see her, right? Wrong answer. So let's check this out. Even opposite an NFL game, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever played to another seven-figure audience last Friday night. That would be last Friday. Friday Lynx Fever WNBA regular season game averaged 1.26 million on the Ion Network, marking the 22nd WNBA telecast to hit a million viewer threshold, the 23rd including the WNBA draft. All but 3 of those telecasts have featured, you guessed it, Caitlin Clark. How about that? It's funny how that works. The telecast, which peaked at 1.52 million, hit 7 figures despite the competition from the Packers and Eagles NFL International Series game on Peacock, with average north of 14 million. It was the first Nielsen-rated WNBA game window this season to air opposite the regular NFL. And it was the most watched WNBA game to air opposite the NFL in more than 20 years, since Game 2 of the 2003 WNBA Finals. So a random regular season game got nearly the rating that a WNBA Finals game got on ABC. Free network ABC. And that back then, that even meant more. Right? Because there wasn't as many different avenues to watch TV back then. Wow. I mean, that's absurd. So, here we go. Let's go over to the attendance, because this is pretty wild, and we'll get to the numbers. Overall, 17 games were played for the week beginning September 3rd. This is beyond women's sports. The highest attended for the week belongs to the Indiana Fever's 3 sellouts. They averaged 17,274 on September 4th, 6th, and 8th. The lowest attendance for the week belonged to the Atlanta Dream for their sellout, their bogus sellout, on September 6th of 3,260. Remember, they play in a really, really, really small arena when Caitlin Clark doesn't show up, and they move to the State Farm Arena. They play in like a 3,200 capacity arena, so they get to tell everybody they sold out their games, even though they had really low and poor attendance. At this point in the season, the Indiana Fever has seen the largest increase from last season, 317.8%. Wow. This is where it gets real interesting. The LA Sparks are second with a 72% increase. The Atlanta Dream, 66%. And then the New York Liberty at 62%. Overall, the league attendance is up by 48.2% from 2023. This is currently the third highest in league history. 98 and 99 seasons were 10,869, 10,205. It was a completely different league back then, and they hadn't waddled their asses into politics the way these players have the last few years. So, check this out. This is where it gets really interesting and, frankly, really embarrassing for somebody like Angel Reese, who, and look, the media is a culprit here too, because the media, and there for about a 7 or 8 week run, you would not see a WNBA attendance or ratings or growth video or revenue video without Angel Reese's name being thrown in with Caitlin Clark. And that whole time I said, but wait a minute now. The statistics don't support that bullshit. Well, guess what? The statistics don't support that bullshit, all right? And that's just what it was. And this is where it totally gets you, right? So, the Indiana Fever, right? They've had an increase from 2023 to 2024. They've had an average increase of 12,927 fans a game. They've had an average, they went from just over 4,000 to 17,000 fans. All right, obviously that's Caitlin Clark's team. And that is absurd. That's 300 and something %, right? Now, we go down here. By the way, not only has the Chicago Sky not increased that much, but it is way, way behind. And before somebody brings up the arena they play in, look, what's stopping you in away arenas? All right, that's what I want to know, because, look, they're only drawing 11,000 away. Seriously? Okay, so the Indiana Fever grew by 12,927. The Chicago Sky grew 1,570 fans. Are you kidding me? The attendance some high school basketball games easily draw that kind, and we're talking like 2A ball here, okay? I kid you not. But what is most embarrassing about this is how many fans is that behind in growth? Once again, 12,927. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 other teams that their attendance has grown on average higher than the Chicago Sky. Wait a minute now. I thought it was Angel Reese. That's what you keep telling me. No, there's a bunch of teams that their attendance actually increased more than the Chicago Sky's attendance has increased. And something else here. If she was drawing Caitlin Clark type fan numbers, they would be playing in that larger arena like they have when Caitlin Clark showed up. They would be playing some games in a larger arena somehow, some way. If they knew that most nights they would draw 15, 18, 20,000, they'd figure it out. Right? A lot of teams this season has figured it out. We've watched. I've done videos about changing venues for games. They haven't had to do that for Chicago Sky games. They have not had to do that. Wow. Cry me a river. Will you? I kept telling you. This is not the same. And this is not the same. By the way, the numbers are the same when you look at ratings. The ratings just aren't nearly as high for an Angel Reese or, frankly, anybody else's games except for Caitlin Clark's. There you go. The truth hurts for a certain section of basketball fans. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.